Hello, YouTube, and welcome to XWF Warzone. We are now firmly on the road to X-Mania 11. Welcome to the fallout from the Ultimate Royal Rumble, and let's get right into it with our opening contest. In the wake of that triple threat match where Mike Roth won the United States Championship, we will see Second City Saints and Keemstar go one-on-one. Winner will face the United States Champion at X-Mania. So this will definitely be a fun matchup. We all know Second City Saint wants to rebound after being the one who was pinned in that match, and we all know Keemstar would want his title back, and that's all he cares about is getting the title back, and he's willing to go over Second City Saint to do it, and Second City Saint is definitely still in the hunt for his first XWF title in a long time. And then we move on as we see Isabella Grimm take on Wittens in women's action. And then, after an embarrassing loss at the Ultimate Royal Rumble, Chris Danger takes on Duel Duelson in one-on-one action. Chris Danger looking to rebound from that embarrassing loss at the hands of Bone Crusher. But it might be a little difficult because Duel has been on a roll as of late here on Warzone. And then moving on, Carmen King now looking to move on as she tries to set her sights towards XWF Gold, but she has to go through former XWF Women's Television Champion Madison Dawn. And here's the thing with a future shot at the XWF Women's Television Championship on the line, Carmen definitely has to pull out all the stops, because we know the Alaskan Assassin is definitely a ferocious competitor. And then in tag team action, after their crushing defeat at the hands of the Cheenies this past Sunday, Creeping Rage looks to push forward as they take on Lolcow Live in tag team action here tonight. And after their defeat, the Cheenies look to move on towards the future, as they could have possibly a new challenge coming up at XWF Heartbroken and Homicidal, as Captain Spaulding, one half of the Devil's Rejects, will take on Tony Cheney in one-on-one action. Both of their tag partners will be ringside for this matchup. And in our main event, after picking up a disputed victory over Chris Danger, Bone Crusher looks to move on to take on the reigning XWF Television Champion Jacob Cass in our main event. Will Bone Crusher work towards his first title victory here in the Extreme Wrestling Federation, or will Jacob Cass continue his dominance in the division by putting down his toughest competitor to date? So let's get down to the ring and get our opening contest underway. Second City Saint taking on Keemstar in one-on-one action. So let's get down to the ring and get this episode underway. We got some hot action, and we are building towards our next pay-per-view, which will be XWF Heartbroken and Homicidal. And here comes Second City Saint making his way down to the ring. Definitely with a with the style and flair all his own, and look at all that pyro. Definitely got the same style and flair as the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah! Here's the thing, City Saint definitely showing off. Now waiting for his opponent. This is Jay Killer Keemstar.
And his opponent from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at 220 pounds, Daniel
Keemstar definitely is looking to earn another shot at his United States Championship. He is definitely upset that he was not pinned to lose that title. But then again, that's how triple threat matches work. You can lose the title without even being pinned. Mike Roth pretty much took advantage of that match's layout by pinning the champion, by not pinning the former champ. And now Second City Saint taking it to Keemstar at the start of this matchup. Second City Saint definitely working hard to earn a title shot here in the XWF. He definitely sees like Keemstar has hit all his opportunities at that championship, and it's time for him to, and he says it's time for Keemstar to step aside and let some new blood take over. But here's the thing, like Keemstar looks like he's not ready to step aside for the new blood to take over. Now he's drop kick Second City Saint into the ropes. Tie up once again, picking him up and drops him across the top rope. Keemstar going for the back of the leg. Picking it up. Ooh! Going right for the hamstring. And it definitely looks like Second City Saint has that left thigh heavily bandaged. And we know like Keemstar is going to try to exploit that bandaged limb. But Second City Saint going for the cover. One! And only a one count as Keemstar kicks out at 2. There we go. Saint into a drop kick. Taking down Keemstar. Like he knows he's going to have to try really hard to even pick up a victory. Because we know how tough DJ Killer Keemstar is here in the XWF. And with a possible shot at the United States Championship at X-Mania 11 on the line, we could definitely see two men who are willing to do anything to get a shot at that championship. We know Keemstar is willing to do anything to get another shot at that title that he so very much coveted for the longest time here on this program. And we know, like, Second City Saint has had his eyes set on that title ever since he returned back to this persona. Now Saint with the cover, 1, 2, and a near fall on Keemstar. Keemstar still refusing to lay down for the young kids here in the XWF and hits him with the sit-out. Saint hitting him with the sit-out power bomb. Saint looking to go to the top rope. Uh-oh, he's setting it up. No way! No one home. Keemstar said no way. Now he's taking Second City Saint over to the ropes. Tie up once again, and he's sending him out to the... He just tossed him to the outside. Keemstar off the ropes. Oh my God, and a kick to the face. Now just slamming the back of his head into the floor. These two men looking to go in an all-out battle. Like both of these men know what's at stake here. Now Saint to the outside. Taking down Keemstar with a suicide dive. Now Saint picking Keemstar up, twisting the arm before stomping it out. Saint needs to get Keemstar back into the ring if he wants to pick up a victory here tonight. And now just slamming his face into the ring apron before going back into the ring. Second City Saint now showing off in front of this packed house of XWF fans. Oh, Keemstar turning things around. Going to the spine. Irish whip off the ropes into a spine buster. Who you gonna call? Now Keemstar goes for the cover. 1, 2, no! Second City Saint kicking out before the count of 3, but I'm pretty sure. Oh my God, shooting star press, and this has to do it. 1, 2, and 3. It's over. Keemstar picking up the victory on Second City Saint, but no, he's not done. And now he's just attacking him post-match with a beatdown, and the referee's telling him to get out of here. Keemstar with a relentless attack on his opponent to start off this episode of Warzone. Like, this is definitely going to be a heated episode here tonight. But we gotta move on. We got women's action. Isabella Grimm is ready to take on Whitney here in one-on-one action. Like, Whitney has definitely not had some good luck as of late. She lost a match 2 weeks ago to Carmen King. She was immediately tossed from the Ultimate Royal Rumble a few nights ago, and it's definitely, like, she definitely needs to get something going if she wants to move on. Possible championship needs to get some wins and get some wins now. Wounded competitor, not wounded physically, but wounded emotionally, because, like, she hasn't necessarily gotten much going for her in the past few months or so. The past couple of weeks were just as bad. Like, she loses to Carmen King. She also gets tossed out of the Women's Ultimate Rumble. He definitely needs to pick up a victory here tonight. You know, I guess he probably might be looking at somebody who might pick up a victory by any means necessary. necessary. Well, here's the thing. If you're desperate to pick up a victory, you're going to do it no matter how. No matter what. Taking on Isabella Grimm in one-on-one action. Let's get this matchup underway. Referee, ring the bell. Tie-up, and Witten's looking to lay into Isabella Grimm at the start of this matchup and hits her with a back body drop. Witten's definitely looking to rebound from her last match with Carmen King, where Carmen picked up the victory in that matchup. And we will be seeing Carmen King in action here tonight when she takes on Madison Dawn. And Madison Dawn definitely looks looked to be Carmen's toughest opponent since returning to the XWF, because we all know Madison Dawn is the former women's television champion, so let's see how Carmen can handle a former champion here in the XWF. More or less, let's see how she can handle a former champion in one-on-one action. Like this will be her third match back, third singles match back. You know, this will be her fourth match because she did compete in the Women's Ultimate Rumble. But anyway, Witten's trying to make her way back to the ring, deciding she doesn't know which side she wants to enter at, but she does make it back in. No one home. Now Isabella looking to turn things around and hits her with that springboard forearm smash. Witten's now off the rope with an Irish whip into a stiff elbow shot. Nope. Not even one count. Witten's still a little too strong to be put down in this matchup. Isabella Grimm turning things around on Witten's here tonight. Now he's trying to stomp her out. This is pretty much to the point where Witten's ends up taking a beating from her opponent. Like, this is pretty much how it ended up looking last week when she took on Carmen King. And like this is pretty much looking to be a carbon copy of her match last Tuesday. Hey, this episode is coming to you on a Wednesday. Sorry. Sorry. I had to do 2 shows on Sunday. Pardon me if I am one day late with putting this episode out. Now Isabella Grimm from behind with a sleeper hold, but Witten's getting out of it. Like, Witten's still putting in an effort. And now just hit her with a DDT, and now Witten's going for the cover. 1, 2, and no! Isabella Grimm kicking out before the count of 3. Witten's needs to stay on top of her. Uh-oh. Lights out. Now Isabella from behind and hits her with a Russian leg sweep. And now just punching her in the face. Here's the thing, like, hey, the women need to be careful when the power goes out here in the arena. So one thing, I think like that's something that should be checked on because the power goes out quite a bit in this arena. It's like, hey, hey, it seems like, hey, we need to get that looked into. Definitely a cause for concern if the power keeps going out. But Wittens is still back in control on her opponent. But Isabella turning it back around. Tie up. Now sending Wittens into the barricade. We're at a count of 6. As these women need to get back into the ring. As Isabella makes her way back in. And now Wittens makes it in at a count of 9. Now sending Isabella off the ropes and into a forearm smash. And now Wittens goes for the cover. This can't be it. 1, 2, 3, and it was. Holy shit. Wittens making a nice rebound here tonight as she picks up a victory over Isabella Grimm. Definitely showing the fact that she was a little bit embarrassed after losing to Carmen King last week on Warzone. And she was definitely determined to fight through that and pick up the victory. And now, in our next match, speaking of somebody who needs to dig deep and pick up a victory, this is Chris Danger. He has taken on Duelson in one-on-one action. So let's get back down to the ring and get this matchup underway. Chris Danger definitely needs to pick up a win. He got embarrassed by Bone Crusher at the pay-per-view and even the weeks leading up to the Ultimate Royal Rumble. So, yeah, he needs to desperately dig deep and possibly try to pick up a victory over Duel here tonight, which Duel has definitely been on a hot streak of its own. But then again, there were bursts this past Sunday where Chris Danger could have picked up a win over Bone Crusher, but Bone Crusher was too dominant for him. But whatever. There's times where you're definitely not going to be the best competitor. That means get back to the gym, train, lift some weights, and bust your ass and work hard to improve. Don't just put out fucking YouTube videos bitching about how Maven named you the worst YouTuber turned pro wrestler. Now here he comes, the crybaby bitch himself, Chris Danger. This guy only gives a fuck about you if you kiss his ass. And here's the thing. Us here around the world say, fuck Chris Danger. Like that beating he took in the weeks going up to the Ultimate Royal Rumble and at the Ultimate Royal Rumble are deserved for him being a narcissistic piece of shit. And here's the thing, hopefully Duel just hands it to him in this match, but right now Chris Danger taking him down with that headlock. Here's the thing, like, hey, here's the thing, like, Duel, and here's the thing, we all know that Chris Danger pretty much worked for a promotion that ended up shutting its doors. RIP, out of business. But here's the thing, You're still welcome here in the Extreme Wrestling Federation. At least you're welcome in a promotion that is still running strong after all these fucking years. Chris Danger taking it to Duel. Oh my God, Death Valley Driver. Now Duel. Now Chris Danger setting him up. Chris Danger is looking for a suicide dive to the outside. Oh my God! Serves you right, asshole. Take too many risks, that's what happens. And a DDT busting Chris Danger wide open out on the floor. Chris Danger with a kip up. No selling the entire attack that he took previously. Ooh, clubbing blow to the chest. Stomp to the midsection, and now Duel slams his face into the floor. Not gonna, like, here's the thing, your movie star good looks ain't gonna fare too great. Now, Chris Danger getting back up. Now hitting him with another DDT. Now Chris Danger looking to use the ropes for leverage as Duel is looking to stomp the fuck out of him. And now Chris Danger turning things around. Now a tie up from Chris. Oh my God, picks him up. Pile driver. Yeah, spiked him on the mat. And here's the thing, here's the thing. Maybe Chris, and he busted Duel wide open with that double foot stomp, and now goes for the cover. But Duel kicks out and now hits him with the Luthez press. This is definitely going to be a bloody war between both of these men. I think both men are looking to shoot on each other. And Chris Danger clothesline to the outside. And here's the thing. I wouldn't mind if Chris Danger tried to shoot on somebody. At least he would show some type of ruthlessness in his wrestling ability instead of just trying to coast on, I'm a big name influencer that, hey, where WWE 2K made me famous and flew me out to all of these places in the United States. It's for free. So please worship me. Here's the thing. At least try to do something where you're trying to work on something besides being an uptight social media influencer turned wrestler. But right now, Duelson taking it to Chris Danger. That blood is definitely dripping from his face. And he picks him up, slams him down on the mat. Now Duel going up. What's he looking to do here? Oh, double F! Oh, Chris Danger turns it around. And a stiff forearm to Duel's face. Now just punching Duel in the face. But these two have beat each other bloody in this matchup. Oh, cannonball. Here's the thing. We all know that Chris Danger is an asshole. We just want him to show it in his character. 1, 2, no! We're tired of him putting on this fake politician-like look. Here's the thing. Taking pictures, shaking hands, hugging babies. Stop that shit. You're as fake as Cody Rhodes. Ooh, and now Duel turning it around. There we go. Duel tying it up. Stiff punch, and now he's choking him out on the top rope. Tie up once again. Off the ropes, drop down. Spear! Now Duel with the cover. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Duel continuing the downward continuing Chris Danger's downward spiral. There's your winner. Like, Duel definitely proving that he also wants a future opportunity at that television title. Maybe this might be the point where we don't see Chris Danger anymore. Maybe go away, improve, and possibly work your way back up to possibly challenging for a championship in the future. Get your shit together and come back. But we gotta move on. Madison Dawn takes on Carmen King in one-on-one action. Carmen King in one-on-one action against a former XWF Women's Television Champion. So let's get this matchup underway. Here we go. Oh, Madison Dawn looking to extend it. Oh! Oh! And Carmen just slapping Madison right across the face for that disrespect. Here we go, and this match is now underway. Oh! And a Luthez press by Madison Dawn. Taking down Carmen. Now Madison off. Oh! Drop kick. Madison definitely looking to possibly be Carmen's toughest competitor since she returned to the XWF. And here's the thing, like, Carmen did kind of have a hot streak of her own, and she just suffers a knee strike at the hands of Madison. And now a knee to the face into the pinfall. One! Nope. Carmen automatically getting out of that pinfall. Now Madison trying to keep the fight going, and now off the rope and a knee to the face. And I'm pretty sure one of these two women will possibly move on to facing Claire Groff at X-Mania. Here's the thing, it looks like it might be Madison Dawn, but Carmen turning it around. Tie up by Carmen, and now just slams her head on the back of the mat. Now picking her up, and a stiff forearm, knocking Madison Dawn back down. But here's the thing, you do got to hand it to Carmen because she does have the endurance to weather punishment to fight back into a matchup. Now she takes Madison to the ropes. Now tie it up once again, and now choking her out on the ropes. Now, Carmen does know how to actually weather enough punishment to fight her way back into a matchup. And she only stands at 5'5", like she definitely has a terrible height. She is at a height disadvantage. Her height is a disadvantage, so like she definitely has to have like the skill to put it. Oh my God! X Factor into the cover, but the rope break saving Madison Dawn as she rolls to the outside. Now Carmen looking to set up for a suicide dive. Now here she goes. Oh! And Madison Dawn avoiding it. Now just hitting Carmen with a knee strike out on the floor. Here we go. Now Madison tying up, sending Carmen back into the ring under the bottom rope. And Madison just hanging out in that one spot and not making it back to the ring. That could cost her, but then again, she does toss Carmen off the ropes and into a stiff right hand. Takes Carmen towards the center of the ring, and that's pretty much what Carmen should have done before going for the pinfall. And now, ooh, stiff punch, and now Carmen being forced to be choked out in the ropes. Madison off the ropes with a drop kick, taking down Carmen. Oh! And Carmen takes a clothesline. Now Madison goes for the cover. 1, 2, nope. Oh, only a 1 count as Carmen gets the shoulder up. Oof. There we go. Now Madison still pulling Carmen back towards the center. But Madison waiting for Carmen to get back to her feet. Oh, slap to the face. Now they're picking her back up again and a knee strike into the cover. Go. 1. Nope. Carmen kicking out before the count of 2. But Carmen needs to desperately get something going, and she does. Turns that around, but so does Madison. No. Oh, and Madison hitting her with another clothesline. Madison still showing off, giving the crowd 2 tickets to the gun show and another knee strike. But Carmen still trying to get back to her feet. Tie up from Madison Dawn and sends Carmen off the rope and hits her with a Superman punch into the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Madison Dawn defeats Carmen in her first single. Gives Carmen King her first singles defeat. Like I said, Madison Dawn is a former champion, and like this is the first time like Carmen King has been tested since she returned to the XWF. Madison Dawn also determined to get another shot at that women's television title. But we gotta move on. We got tag team action as Creeping Rage look to rebound from their defeat this past Sunday when they take on Lolcow Live in tag team action. So let's get back down to the ring and get this matchup underway.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 495 pounds, the Assassins!
We are back. Creeping Rage in the ring, waiting for their opponents to come up to the ring. They have suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of the Cheese this past Sunday in that tag team championship match where they were unable to dethrone the Cheenies for those tag team titles. Now they are looking to rebound as they take on Lolcow Live here tonight. Now here come the former champions making their way down to the ring. James Groff going right after Jordy. After the match started, going for the cover. 1, 2, and a near fall. He was definitely taking it to Jordy at the start of this matchup and got a near fall. And now, ooh, leg drop. Now he's going right after Boogie next. Oh my God. Back body drop on the ring apron. He's going after both Wings and Boogie because he don't give a fuck. He doesn't give a flying fuck. He's that pissed off that him and the Creeper did not win those titles. He's going after everybody at the start of this matchup. Now he's going right after Boogie again and just shoves him off the apron. Like, he don't care. He's that angry that he's willing to take on both of these men. Oh! There we go. Oh! Now Cameron James tossed to the outside, and now Boogie tagged back in. Now Boogie going right after the Creeper. A little bit of a payback for what Cameron James was doing to him. Trying to incapacitate Cameron's tag partner, just like how Cameron tried to incapacitate him. Now Boogie going right after Cameron James after getting tagged in. Now the Creeper back up on the apron. Like, he tried to tag back in, but Boogie trying to neutralize Cameron James in this matchup. Ooh, stomped out. Ooh. Now Boogie done with that beatdown, and he's like, here's the thing, like, Boogie only tagged in because he wanted to get a few licks in for that punishment that he took from Cameron James, and now that that's done with, Wings of Redemption is back in to try to take over, but no, oh! And now here we go, bear hug locked in on Cameron James. Wings of Redemption is definitely looking to take advantage of that beating from Boogie 2988. There we go, tie up by Wings, off the ropes, drop down. Oh, knee to the midsection. Now Wings goes for the cover. 1, 2, no, shoulder up. Here's the thing, like, Wings and Boogie just need to F right off. Like, these guys were a terror here on XWF Warzone, and now Creeper gets the tag. Now he is in and drops Boogie with a massive drop kick, goes for it, and hits him with the body splash. Now, oh, Boogie shoving him off, but then now just slams him down with that punt. Oh my God! Now Creeper from behind, stiff forearm shot off the ropes, drop down, leapfrog. Oh my God! And Boogie getting busted wide open. Man, like that, his fat ass needs to be busted open. And now just stomping him in the back. Now going right for the face. Now working over the arms. Like the Creeper definitely working on that joint manipulation for Boogie 2988. Now he's going right back to that same joint manipulation. It's like Creeping Rage is definitely working on trying to get back to that #1 contender slot. But right now, like, we have new #1 contenders that moved up in their place. And that definitely is the team of the Devil's Rejects. And now Boogie crawling through his corner, and Wings of Redemption comes back in. Oh! And he laid out Cameron James while Cameron James was looking for a choke slam. Now Wings off with a body splash, goes for the cover. And now here comes the Creeper to break it up. Get off of him, you fat ass. Now Cameron James back up, and he's going right after Wings of Redemption and slams his face into the mat. Picking him back up, tie up, sending him into the corner. I think he almost broke the turnbuckle. I think like Wings of Redemption is big enough to where he might end up destroying the fucking turnbuckle on this ring. Ooh, that was the point of the elbow right to the face, and now the Creeper makes his way in. Ooh, he tried to spear Boogie off the ring apron. Hey, fuck you. And you're still catching this beating, bitch. Now, Creeper with a neck breaker to Wings of Redemption. And now with a moonsault. Now Creeper picking him back up, tie up, sending Wings of Redemption, turning it around. Now going right after the Creeper's arm. Stiff chop to the chest. Now he's going after Cameron James. Tosses him into the ring, and now he goes right after the Creeper and levels him with that headbutt. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Bonsai! Now into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and the Creeper gets the shoulder up. He survives that massive bonsai drop by Wings of Redemption. Pretty much a maneuver that can definitely incapacitate you, but from a guy the size of Wings of Redemption, it could definitely cause internal injuries, like definitely broken ribs for sure. And now Creeper with the cover, and there is Boogie to break it up. Now he tags out. Cameron James comes back in. Cameron James dropping the knee across the back of the head, and now Cameron James going for the cover again. 1. Oof. And Wings forces his way out of that pinfall. There we go. Oh! Oh my God! He got him by the throat! Has him up! Choke slam! Oh no. Now Cameron James looks to finish. No! Wings of Redemption saw it coming, hooked the arms into a belly to belly. Boogie making his way back in. Tie up from Boogie. Now he takes Cameron James over to the corner. Makes him headbang out the top turnbuckle. Now he's going to work. Ooh! Cameron James turning it around on Boogie. Oh yeah, he's still busted open. Now the Creeper comes back in off the tag. Ooh! Going right after Boogie. Tie up from Boogie. Now Boogie sending the Creeper off the ropes and then knee to the midsection. Boogie going to work with that nerve pinch on. Nope. Get that shit out of here, says the Creeper. Now the Creeper just choking Boogie out in the middle of the ring and now stomping the arm. Now Cameron James tags back in like both members of Creeping Rage are working like a well-oiled machine, and now a massive backdrop, body drop to Wings of Redemption, but Boogie going to work on his opponent on the outside of the ring. Ooh! Body splash on the outside of the ring. Oh, no. Oh, my God. He's just wearing his opponent out here on the floor. You can't pin him out here. You got to get him back into the ring, you dumbass. And now Boogie tossed back into the ring, and he just tosses Wings into the steps. And now Cameron James avoiding the countout, but Cameron James pulled back into a shoulder tackle. Now Boogie goes for the cover. 1, 2. No! Cameron James getting the shoulder up. Now he goes right after the Creeper, and the Creeper says, F off, you fat ass. Now Boogie going right. Oh! Into a drop kick. And now Cameron James has him up. Tombstone pile driver. Now Cameron James goes for the cover, and it's broken up by Wings of Redemption. Oh. Might have been Cameron James' only shot to pick up the victory in this matchup, but he picks Wings back up and sends him into the corner. There we go. Now he goes right to work on the leg. Once again, takes him down, going to work on the arm. He's staying to work on his opponent and now tags out. The Creeper comes back in as Boogie crawls his way to the outside. Ooh. Oh, DDT, and Wings is taken out on the outside, and now Boogie tries to go after Cameron, but no. Now Creeper makes his way back in. Uranagi! Creeper trying to get his way back up, but he's choking out the Creeper. Boogie trying to stay alive in this matchup as he's trying to wear down the Creeper in the middle of the ring. As him up, sends him over the top rope. Now bringing the Creeper back in. Boogie looking to tag out, bring in Jordy. Wings of Redemption back in and levels the Creeper. Ooh, massive headbutt. Creeper exiting the ring and now back in. Oh, and he still levels him. Oh, nope. Definitely hit the point of his knee on the spine, and now Creeper turning things around. Oh, now Boogie from behind. Oh, actually, Wings from behind. Now another massive belly to belly. Lolcow Live go. Oh my God, a leverage pin from Wings. God damn it. The referee caught him. Stunner. Stunner for the Creeper as he goes for the cover, and it's broken up by Boogie. Wings of Redemption using the ropes to get back to his feet. Now the Creeper just taunting him, and he just levels him with a clothesline, and now goes back for the cover. 1, 2, and no! Wings of Redemption still with enough strength to kick out. Sends him back into the buckle. Ooh, kick to the midsection. Now grinding his face on the top rope. Creeper picking him up. Oh, neck breaker. He just flipped the ref off. Like, what did the ref do to you, Creeper? But he hits Boogie with a Luthez press and a moonsault. Like I said, like the Creeper definitely has a I don't give a fuck attitude. Like Boogie missing that Superman punch by the Creeper. Ooh! Massive headbutt by Boogie as Boogie pulls the Creeper closer to the ropes. Oh shit! Oh my God! Bonsai! And there is Cameron. Oh, Cameron didn't even break it up. Like, what the fuck? Cameron James not even breaking it up. Like a little bit of miscommunication between Creeping Rage at the end of that matchup. Could we be seeing a fallout between these two? But here's the thing, like, we could be seeing a fallout between both of these teams. And here we go. But we gotta move on. We got Captain Spaulding taking on Tony Cheney. One-on-one action. Devil's Rejects definitely look to be the next contenders to challenge for the World Tag Team titles. But right now, we got Captain Spaulding taking on Tony Cheney in one-on-one action here tonight. But here's the thing, like, the Cheneys definitely look like they have their work cut out for them here tonight. You gotta take on one guy who was a former XWF Tag Team Champion in Captain Spaulding, and he's also teaming up with his longtime bro, Otis Driftwood.
The following contest is
This
scheduled
is the
for
Devil's
one fall.
Reject.
Making
He's
his
no
way to the
longer,
ring.
like, here's the thing, he's no longer teaming with Art the Clown. Here's the thing, clowning around is a thing in the past, but we got the Devil's Reject.
Weighing in at 304 pounds, the Captain!
Both these men look like they've definitely been to hell and back. Showing battle scars on all over their bodies from what they've been through. Actually, not just battle scars, but both of these men literally survived a shootout with a sheriff's department, with a Texas sheriff's department. Here's the thing, I don't need to tell you, watch the Devil's Rejects, and you'll see what I mean. I think I might spoil it for people who haven't watched it, but right now, here comes the cheese. Sorry for the
And his
spoiler.
opponent, representing
Haven't
the
watched the
family
Devil's
from New
Rejects.
Jersey, weighing in at 215 pounds, one half of the World Zone Tag Team Champions, Tony Cheney.
One-on-one action here tonight. Also, speaking of Captain Spaulding, his former tag team partner from his time with him, Art the Clown, won the XWF Ultimate Royal Rumble, but right now, Captain Spaulding is focusing right now on picking up a victory over Tony Cheney here in one-on-one action, looking to continue their dominance as they look to pick up tag team gold of their own. As Captain Spaulding looks to win back a set of titles that he has never lost. Never lost because, like, hey, they were at the time a package. Him and Art the Clown were a package deal, and Art the Clown didn't want to re-sign at the moment because he had other commitments pertaining to Terrifier 3 that he wanted to get done with at the time. And we were intending on bringing him and Art the Clown back as a tag team, but apparently Captain Spaulding wanted to come back with Otis Driftwood and form the Devil's Rejects. And now Captain Spaulding and Tony Cini avoiding a double countout. Tony Cini with a suplex to Captain Spaulding, and now going to the middle rope, off the rope. Now Ice-T Curtis removing the turnbuckle pad. Sending Spaulding off the ropes. Ooh, and a stiff punch by Captain Spaulding, but Tony Cini still turning it around, but Captain Spaulding with another punch, but Tony Cini is just too fast for Spaulding to even get a handle of in this matchup. Kick to the midsection. Scissor kick. Now Tony Cini with the cover. 1, 2, and 3. Tony Cini picking up the win over Captain Spaulding.
Here is your winner, Tony
Here's the thing. Well, Tony Cini and Ice-T Curtis are definitely on fire since they became World Tag Team Champions. They definitely took down one half of the team that's possibly going to challenge them next. But let's move on, because we are now at our main event of the evening. Bone Crusher looks to take on Jacob Cass in one-on-one action. He is done with Chris Danger, and he is looking to move on to facing for that XWF Television Championship. So let's get down to the ring and get our main event underway. There we go. Oh, Bone Crusher wanted it. Oh! Jacob Cass just leveling the referee as his intentions were, and he wanted his intentions known that he wanted to level Bone Crusher with a clothesline. He wasn't intent on wanting to get a handshake from his opponent. But right now, he's definitely taking a beating from Bone Crusher. Like, Bone Crusher definitely wanting to live up to his namesake here by just crushing bones. There we go. And now picking Jacob Cass up. Now slamming him to the mat. Definitely a massive power slam. He definitely wants to continue his dominance from the Ultimate Royal Rumble as he looks to possibly get the first victory over the champion in non-title action. Now Jacob Cass with a shot to the midsection, but Bone Crusher definitely not letting him continue that momentum. Bone Crusher ties it up, picks him up. Now slams his head against the turnbuckle pad. Now picking him back up once again, and now picking him up for a sidewalk slam. Ooh, no, pendulum backbreaker, picking him up once again, and another pendulum backbreaker. That Brack is now in double jeopardy, but still has enough in him to kick out at one. And now from behind from Bone Crusher picks him. Oh my God, inverted scoop slam. Now picking up Jacob Cass from behind into a sling blade DDT. Both of these men just dope. Bone Crusher from behind. Takes him to the ropes. Here we go. Off the ropes. Ooh! Gliding in the center. Bone Crusher definitely came for domination. Oh, no, not again. Oh, my God! He's making the champion look like a chump. Oh, he just pounced him to the outside. Bone Crusher looking to continue the punishment outside the ring. Takes him down. Oh! Jacob Cass looking to turn it around. Face buster to the next possible challenger as Jacob Cass hits him with a flatline out here on the floor. Jacob Cass looking to turn things around on his opponent. Ooh. Down to 4. They both need to get back into the ring. Tie up by Bone Crusher as he sends him into the apron. Now Bone Crusher makes his way back in at a count of 6. Now he just sits right there in the corner. Now Jacob Cass makes his way back in. Bone Crusher ties it up with him. And slams him into the corner. Tosses him. Ooh, stomp to the midsection. Oh my God, no. Look at the Crusher's face once again. Oh my God. Bone Crusher to the outside. Just showing off. Now back into the ring. Slamming his head back on the mat. Now goes for the cover. 1, 2, and no. Jacob Cass refusing to stay down. Now Bone Crusher picking him up for another power slam. He is definitely wearing down the challenger. Oh no, and a get. Oh! Bone Crusher looking to finish this match off. He has him up. Hooks the arms. Styles Clash! Now he pulls Jacob back towards the center of the ring. This is definitely going to be over with. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Bone Crusher making a statement in our main event. That statement is he is coming for that television championship. We could possibly see a brand new television champion coming at XWF Heartbroken and Homicidal. But guess what? That right there brings us to the end of this week's episode of XWF Warzone. We will see you tomorrow for XWF Mayhem. So till then, peace the fuck out.